Hey, 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 grand rising, good morning, good day, good afternoon, and maybe getting ready to be good night, depending on where you are in the world. I don't know. But hey, hey, wheat, welcome back to the wheat field. This is your girl IT coming in for another channeled message. I'm getting started where we're at. So it's gonna be a rising message for us. But it'll be a now message for whenever you get this. So we'll just go with that. Okay, okay. I hope you guys rested well. I had a heavy rest night. I feel like I was like in a whole other I'm channeling, so she wants to be right here and run around my feet. Hi, Sash. I feel like she be having a bad, sad spirit sometimes, y'all. Like, I don't know. Every time I go into a channel, she want to sit right there with my feet. Anyway, we were considering the Book of Secrets again today. Book of Secrets. Feeling that high priestess energy, like, you know, those Akashic records that you as a high priestess can tap into, all those ancient universal secrets, ancient cosmic secrets. Yes, that. So, unlocking the hidden dimensions of your life. And I think that's a great message for today. My eyes are still watering, y'all. Anyway. Unlocking the hidden dimensions of your life. Sash, go on. She be not about to push the camera down, y'all. So, in unlocking the hidden dimensions of your life, what chapter is this? Oh, it says changing your reality to accommodate the seventh secret. Ooh. I wonder what the seventh secret is. Let's check it out. So in this book, let's see if we can get this in here in the light so we can see. So you see right here the seventh secret. Every life is spiritual, right? And we talk about that all the time. Every life is spiritual. We're all on a spiritual journey. I mean, that's subject of conversation all the time. How do we journey through this thing, understanding that we are a spirit and a physical vessel? Like, the physicality of the vessel is not first. The first thing about you is the spirit, is that eternal light, your essence. That right there, that's in there. Ouch. I have trigger finger, y'all, to get stuck. So, yeah, so the first thing about us is the spirit, and nourishing that spirit space is like most important. So in here, secret number 7, talking about our spiritual beingness. Yeah, I know I'm getting it's early. You know, let me get another sip of coffee. Maybe that's what it is. Spirit said we need to get these juices flowing. We did do some deep breathing this morning, some breaths and all that stuff, refreshing, getting all that still old energy out, squeezing it out, breathing in some deep, fresh oxygen, flooding our system with the oxygen, and then, you know, new anointing from the day. New anointing for the day. Hey, y'all. So okay. The one that I was called into, where is it? Where'd you go? Oh, this is it. Okay. My bad, spirit here. My bad. It says, the fragmented mind cannot get me into unity, but I have to use it along the way. We'll read that again. The fragmented or separated mind, pieces, fragments all over the place. The fragmented mind cannot get me, my spirit self, to unity, but I have to use it along the way. Okay, so the passage says, what does unity really mean to me? What experiences of oneness can I look back upon? Today I will remember the difference between being one with myself and being scattered. I will find my center, my peace, my ability to my ability to go with the flow. The thoughts and desires that drive me are not the ultimate reality. No, my thoughts are not the ultimate reality. They are just a way to get me back to oneness, to completeness, to wholeness, a feeling of wholeness. I will remember that my thoughts come and go like leaves in the wind, but the core of consciousness is forever. Yes, that internal knowing, your internal essence, that is your core, and that is forever. My goal is to live from that core. Yes. So when you are living again from your true essence, from that principal thing that called you, what is that thing? An infinite intelligence or wisdom that is called. And so, I mean, I think wisdom is a little bit limiting. I mean, I don't know. You can take it for whatever you want. But the intelligence or wisdom has attributes, it has characteristics, right? There is a way that you can live wisely. You follow the example of how wisdom plays out. There is a pathway to wisdom, and if you follow that pathway, you will be bringing all the pieces together, like the fragments, right? The fragments of, because wisdom says that everything in creation comes from the source. Again, right, this is why we don't leave any piece of source out. While everything in creation has a design, everything in creation has purpose, right? There is nothing in creation without purpose. It is all placed intentional. Even the chaos that you feel is just really random and just fragments all over the place is not. It is a part of the design. It is a part, the chaos itself is built in. Spirit says that conflict is needed to push you forward. Yes, conflict is needed to push you forward. I think about it in terms of something really simple that helps me kind of wrap my mind around it. So when we are thinking about, like, say, stuff like nuclear fusion or nuclear reactions, like the fusion reactions that happen on on the surface of the sun or within the sun, right? It seems like these particles are just shooting around randomly, like the chaos of them on, they bumping into each other and making all these reactions and changes in energy that's happening as every time they collide, right? Every time they collide, and the randomness of the collision seems like they just flying all over the place. But there is a design that's working in there. There's things in those particles that are attracting them to each other, right? The randomness, there's an attraction in that randomness. And so, and then what is the result of all of that clashing and banging around? Well, we on the outside get to see the illumination. We receive heat. We receive the warmth that we need in order for survival. If all that chaos wasn't happening on that surface, we would not be able to survive from here. So two very different perspectives. One from being the surface of the sun and what's happening there, the chaos, the conflict, the heat, the hot, the pressure, the burning, like all of those things are designed to kind of go through that chaotic state. That is their design. But over here, that all of that chaos and the warmth and the energy that is created feeds out, and so that we're in this perfect position over here to sustain life. Mars too hot, shit is burnt the fuck up, right? Like, can't nothing live there, it's too hot. But here third rock from the sun, we're in that perfect position that all of that chaos is going on over there, and I hear destruction because they, but anyway, all of that chaos puts us over here in a perfect optimal position to flourish, to thrive, right? Because that is, just, I don't know, the balance I see. So my goal is to live from that core, knowing that I'm a spiritual being, that my essence, my spirit will never go anywhere, but my mind may be fragmented. I may have some chaotic thoughts and stuff like that in here, and the chaotic happenings that come into me that I experience, right? I experience chaos, randomness, chaos all the time. And it is very difficult for us to put that randomness, that chaos into perspective in a way that we can see how it may have an impact to a larger picture, or even something somewhere else outside of ourselves. Like with the sun, all that stuff that's happening, it's chaotic, but the effect that we appreciate, like the place of gratitude for that chaos, is like 3 rocks away, right? How far is it from the sun to earth? Like, how far is that distance, right? So sometimes the chaos that we go through, again, will develop legacies and develop lushness, or a way to move forward, or move the plane forward, or again, seed something, laying the foundation for something greater down the line, is what I feel. So to hold on to, or find some gratitude for the chaos that we do experience is important. It's again that principle, that old law principle of celebrating and praising Source, the Most High God, the Most High, during any circumstance, any and all circumstances, whether it is chaos and drama, or hurt or loss, or celebration and overcoming, or just a piece of the day. It really doesn't matter. We praise all the time, having gratitude all the time, having thankfulness for everything all the time. And with that attitude, you can create anything. You will have an appreciation for all things. Is there anything else? What would you like? Soul Journey cards. Okay, so we're gonna pull 3. Spirit says, thank you, Spirit, so much. Thank you, Spirit, so much for being with us on this day. I call out to my highest self, my highest spirit, my spirit self. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with me and guiding me. Thank you so much. Thank you for connecting me to the infinite intelligence. I have a direct connection to the intelligence. Thank you so much. Intelligence, please ensure this deck is clear. The energy itself is clear for today's message at this time. Thank you so much for using me, your willing vessel. I surrender to your will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Blow fresh life into the cards. Little anointing from the day. Spirit says we're going to get 3. You want this one? No. Was there something? No. Shuffle. Okay. Just heavy. Deck is heavy, y'all. So appreciation for even the chaos and the random happenings that seem to cause us the afflictions is definitely a hard thing to kind of get through. Happiness. Happiness is being good with what's happening. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Yeah. And sometimes it don't feel like you're on the right path, especially when you got some chaotic stuff going on. You could feel like you took a wrong turn somewhere. Yeah, Spirit says you could do this. Lean into judgment. Right. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Yes, we are all on our own unique path. So let go of judgment. Even yourself, don't judge you on this day. Again, your fragmented mind, all the pieces of you, like, don't even judge them. Just know that they are there. And even in that knowingness that those pieces, those thoughts, those fragmented sections of you, like all of your pieces, don't judge them. Know that you're on the right path, for one. Especially if you are being conscious and you're thinking about the whole of you, right? I have these good attributes and I have these not so great attributes. Don't judge your not so great. Don't judge the good. As a matter of fact, when we say good attributes and bad attributes, we're already judging, right? They're all attributes. Manipulation is not just a bad thing, right? We use manipulation all the time. We manipulate our kids to do something. Our kids manipulate us to give them something. You know, you manipulate your partner all the time. It doesn't have to be low vibrational. It's really a way of getting what you want. You know, it is. But that doesn't mean that you have to be lying and deceitful all while you're asking for or doing what it is that you need to do to fulfill your desire, right? I can cook my husband a great meal, and I don't have a husband, whatever. You know, you could cook your husband a great meal and have everything cleaned up and freaking bathed and showered and smelling all good and stuff like that, so you can make him feel like, you know, that value and all that stuff that he needs as a person. Like, I appreciate you for what you're doing and all that stuff. And then you be like, you know, you need a little extra, you know. It flows like that. That's manipulation, but it's not a bad thing like that. You know, when your husband, you know, bring you breakfast in bed and all this stuff, you be like, what's up with him today? What do he want? Yeah, he wants something. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. But we can make it bad when we come from that low vibrational space, right? And you don't, again, releasing the judgment. I'm sitting up here saying it all while I'm advising to release the judgment. I try, you know, to remind myself that it's just a thing. Like, people get upset. Oh, you can't be speaking about God and use a curse word at the same time. Well, God said in the Bible that I have the power to curse. So why can't I curse? I have the ability to cast things down, to curse it. Yes. It didn't say, okay, then people would say, well, it said cuss. Well, that's slang. No. Cussing is not the same as cursing. And I can curse something. I can say it is damned or to be damned. Shit, I can say that it's fucked because that's a curse. I have cursed it. And the Spirit says I have the ability to curse things. Just because other people don't take their authority, that has nothing to do with me or you. We curse stuff all the time. Yes, we do. But then we have a conflict about it in self about whether, oh, she cursing. You can't do that and be a woman of God. Says who? Not my book. That scripture didn't. Not the Quran, not the Torah, not this one right here. None of them said. They all said that I can curse something. I can curse it. Yes, I can. Yeah, and you can too. I'm not no different than you, my wheat. No, I'm not. So, I'm not. Loneliness is here. Is somebody feeling lonely? Yeah. Spirit didn't want it on the table, though. I just felt the energy on the bottom of the deck. But it does cause you to feel lonely when you are separated and fragmented within self. Like when you haven't accepted the whole you. Yeah, like coming together with all of your pieces. Again, even scripture says a man with a fragmented mind cannot stand. A double-minded person cannot stand. It's just not. You have to come together and accept your whole you. All of your characteristics, right? They're characteristics. Now, how you are flowing energetically is the outcome of those characteristics. That's where you see the fruit, whether you are being a tear or a wheat. Yeah, because you could be a tear, my wheat, when you vibrating lowly, and you are affecting and using your powers to subdue other wheat. You become a tear. Yeah, you do. That's not good unto the wheat field, because now you're not uplifting and supporting other wheat. You all about you. You all about self. Especially when you don't give back onto the field, you sucking up resources from the wheat, and you not giving back. Oh no, you a tear. You get bumped in with the other group. I'm sorry. You become a tear when you are against yourself, and you don't have any no peace within you. That is a tear. You are your own tear. The parts about you that you don't want to accept, those are your own personal tears. They are rooted and sown in. And those are the things that we have to balance out, my wheat. It's not about just judging yourself good, bad, high, low, whatever the case may be. They are all characteristics and attributes. And it's about how are you energetically flowing. If you could use all those same characteristics. Well, some of them, no, you cannot. I mean, deceitfulness and lying is just something you really don't need to dig into. But people do that all the time. They do. But I say you should just lean into the honesty. You don't want to do something, say you don't want to do it. No, I'm not really feeling it. Or maybe later, it's a yes for right now, but let me see how I feel about it. I'm good for that one, because I say yes right now. I'm a whole Cancer, okay? I'll be excited right now. Yeah! They come, I don't feel like doing none of that shit. Nope, my whole mood done changed. So now I've come to the point where I've learned not to commit to stuff like that. And if I do commit, I try to push myself to do it, because I don't like to break my word. My word is mine. My spirit says it. My heart says it. My mind says it. We say it out our mouth. We want to bind that thing. We want to have it consistent across all the planes, and be bonded. But now I be like, look, okay, we'll see how it's going to play out. We'll see how it play out. Yeah, it feel good. It sound good right now, but we'll see how it play out. Yeah, because I know me. I wake up on the day of and be like, shit, you ain't going to that. It is a pajama day. Serious. Love is here, y'all. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That's what we were just saying, Ashe. That is what we were just saying. Like, the characteristics are just characteristics. How we perceive them is how we perceive them. How you use them is how you use them. And that will be the effect of how you see and how you use it. What is the utility? What's in your heart space, right? If you have an intention to manipulate and lie and cheat and deceive so that you can get over on people, then yeah, you might want to check that out. You got to come to balance with that, because is it really serving you and your highest good at the end of the day? It's a trade-off, a sacrifice to that. Yeah, you may get what you want and manipulate what your desire is in the moment, but you giving up something. Yeah, you giving up connectivity to genuine and real people, having comfort and support, that network that you need, because the material don't last. I mean, that's like, you don't take that. The connection, the soul connection is what matters. That's the most important part. The relationship, how you relate to your wheat, that source material that you need to be good bread. And is dominating and subduing and getting over on folks, making you into the best bread you could be. I would argue not. I would say that is not as nourishing onto the source as it would be if you were somebody who was not only edifying to self but to others as well. Like, what I eat is not just good for me, it's good bread for everybody. And then all of that good bread makes more good bread for the source, right? So it's all about that balance. I feel getting to a state of balancing that thing out, so that you can come to balance. Is like oneness, right? It's a straight across the plane. It's balance. And that's what we were talking about, coming to oneness within self, looking at all of those attributes, all of those things that composite you, every characteristic that you could think of. Again, we call from the principal thing, which is the infinite intelligence, the wisdom, the infinite intelligence that made the cosmos, all of creation, right? My we. So if you look at those principles and those characteristics and you see what is entailed in wisdom, how does wisdom operate, right? What process does it use to create, right? Or to just be? In order for something to be wise, it has to be certain things. And you are made from wisdom. What are those things, right? And when you lean into those attributes and come to balance with your whole self, seeing how you use your low vibrational and your high vibrational for the sake of the whole being to propel yourself forward, then you get to appreciation. You see happiness right here. Right? Happiness. You can see that you're on the right path, and you will stop judging, understanding that everyone is in their own path. They're in their own mind, their own unique way. And honestly, that leads to here, the denial. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. The good in all things, the good in the chaos, the good in the tragedy, the good in the grief, the good in the tear. Because the tear itself is what leads to the testimony. There is, we say tear, I say tear because this is tears in wheat to row, but people used to just say test. There's no testimony without the test. You have to be tested in order to get to the testimony, right? So in order to, that whole thing, test the testimony, is, and when you get to the testimony, you can look back and see the good in that. You can find the gratitude in that, right? You can be gracious in going forward. And that's the graciousness when you testify, right? And you serve that back out to give that same awareness and support onto the field. That is how we are edifying to each other. That is how we edify Source, by giving it back. That testimony first, saying thank you. We know that you are here with us despite it all. The Source is with you. The kingdom is with you all the time. Through the test, through the chaos. So through your tear is there. The Source is with you. You come into balance with all of your characteristics with yourself. That is a big part of the thing. Many of our tests that come are designed to help us balance out our attributes. As we dig into that balancing act and come into a state of oneness with ourselves, oneness with all the parts of me, everything that's about me, I'm okay with. I accept them. I bring them in. I'm not going to judge them. This is bad and this is good. This is low. This is high, whatever. I'm just going to accept my whole me. The acceptance is what is the most important, because it's just the knowingness that it is a basic truth. And to me, for me to stand in that basic truth is pivotal. Like, that is the criticality. I come into oneness with me, that there is good and like, you know, all that stuff. I was getting ready to judge it again, and Spirit was like, what is you doing? Didn't we just say we not doing that today? So anyway, be mindful about how you're placing judgments over you, my weed. You know, because everything about you can be called into utility. What did we say for? So that you could live from that core space. That's what the text said. Calling all of those pieces together, recognizing that they are all there. Don't judge them. They just are. They're there. It's a basic truth. It's just true. It is. You know, accepting and surrendering to just the is. This is just me. I'm not going to judge it. Good, bad, indifferent. Just, it is. And when you come from that space, that is your core essence. Because again, creation holds everything. And creation is not judging itself. The volcanoes don't judge the grass. And the grass doesn't judge the hurricanes. And the hurricanes don't judge the typhoons and the snowstorms and the blizzards and the freaking avalanches and all that stuff. None of nature judges itself. It is all a part of the cycle. It is all accepting of every phase, of every piece. Creation accepts creation, and it just is, right? And that is the core essence, that it just is. And when we get to a place where we can accept the happenings of life as it just is, and know that whenever it happens, we are strong enough, we are rooted enough to withstand that happening, that it all of it comes together for a design that we may not totally see the full picture of, but we can accept that we're going to be okay. How do we know that we're going to be okay? Because we are always held in the kingdom. Always. You're never taken out of. And if all of us in the kingdom, that lets you know that we are connected still, whether you are physical or spiritual, you still are connected. It doesn't go anywhere because we are all in the kingdom at the same time. Again, these organs here don't see anything, beloved. They pick up light and energy. We put the pieces in the picture together in this mind, this collective connected consciousness creates our world, right? What we experience, these senses, what we experience, right? It's all created, and we are all connected. So if we are all connected, it doesn't matter my vessel, my physicality. The core essence is still my spirit. And my spirit does not go anywhere. No one's spirit goes anywhere. We are all still connected. And to be able to commune and to contact and to love and to feel, all of that still remains. It remains, beloved. You are connected to everything. You are a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. Come together with all the pieces of yourself on this day. Don't judge any piece of it, like none. Practice non-judgment for today. We'll get that out because I feel it. Thank you, Spirit, for calling me to that. One last thing, y'all, and I promise you it's probably going to open up because it's my favorite law right here. It is called the Law of Detachment. So we have the 7. So funny because we read from number secret 7, and this is the 7 spiritual laws of success. Can you get that in there? You see, this book is like hella dirty because I done read this book like 17 times. A good friend of mine at work, one of my past places of employment, when I was transitioning, going to another, I think I was actually leaving the state. I think I had been picked up by another bank, yes, and they were transitioning, relocating me from one place to another place, one state to another state. Yeah, so they gave me this book, like, and I have read it, like, I don't know how many times I have read this book, and I think it's just phenomenal. I think, is this by Deepak too? Or who is this by? Yeah, Deepak too. This is another one. So, I think it's one of my first Deepak Chopra books. 7 spiritual laws of success. So, practical guide to fulfilling your dreams. Amazing read. It's not very long. I think the whole book is maybe about 100 and so pages. Yeah. The conclusion, the summary starts on page 105, and you can see the pages is not very, not a very big read. So if you a person who loves to read like me, you could shoot through this like that. It's like, I mean, but then you could study it. So you could read it, but then study it. It's a good study guide. And if you somebody that doesn't necessarily like to read, it's a quick bite. Like, you know, it's not very long. And the way that it reads, it keeps you engaged too. So I'll just put, okay, let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to do just a little bit. Okay. The law of attachment. The law of attachment. No, it's detachment. We're going to get that clear. The law of detaching, like detaching from judgment, right? La 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 la. Yeah. The 6th spiritual law of success is the law of detachment. The law of detachment says that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. Bam. So if you looking to acquire something, like you want me, I want subscribers, right? I want everybody to get these messages. That's just me. Like, not only do I want everybody to get the messages, But I would love for the gift to be so giving that it supports me and I can smoothly transition into doing this full time and just serve the gift. And I don't ever have to worry about provision because the gift is giving me provision. In order for me to get there, I have to detach from that. Yeah, I operate from this thing like I would do it for free. And I do, right? I don't get, I mean, we get spiritual currency for this. So it's not free. I get things back. I give edification onto you guys. I get fulfillment from knowing that I'm helping someone. That's currency. Oh yes, it is. But I'm not attached to the outcome of becoming like whatever and doing all this stuff. No, no. Because I'm gonna do it anyway. I feel I love it. Like I love helping. So I'm gonna do it. And I feel like it's what I'm called to do. I'm being obedient. I'm surrendered to what I answered my call. I stood up in the spirit and said I volunteer to go do this. So yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, so relinquish your attachment to the known. Step into the unknown, and you will step into the field of all possibilities. And your willingness to step into the unknown, you will have the wisdom of uncertainty factored in. Imagine that, the wisdom of uncertainty. Pray tell, so you mean that wisdom has uncertainty and chaos built in it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That is an attribute. Right? Wisdom, that means that every moment of your life will have excitement, adventure, and mystery. You can't have excitement and mystery and adventure if everything is known, if everything is certain. You have to, wisdom itself leans on to uncertainty. It has to, because that's the only way to get you to do what you're supposed to do. Is to make it uncertain. Come on now with this thing like on real. Because if half the time, if you knew what the outcome was going to be, you wouldn't do the shit. You really wouldn't. If I knew that if I go over there and this, such, that, and something that this was going to happen, I wouldn't fucking go. I wouldn't. And then if I don't go and this thing don't happen, then the thing that's on the other side would never come to be. Because that's how those things work. Oh man, I went over there, such happened, and such, this, that, and the other. But then, you know what? If I never went over such, and did that and the other because this happened, then that wouldn't happen. You can see the synchronicities, how things play out and work and flow down the line when you sit back and watch it from the other side. After you can get that hindsight is 2020, yeah, that's where that come in. But when you looking at it from going up, you can't see it. It's uncertain. And that certainty is a product of wisdom. It is built in. That principal thing, that's why you don't know all about you. A lot of stuff is uncertain. It's unknown. Self-discovery is a whole thing. And you're not supposed to know everything about yourself in the moment. You're supposed to self-discover. You have mysteries to you. It's more to you than what you know. That is why meditation and self-discovery is a constant and continual thing, so you can continue to unlock yourself, unlock the gifts that are within you that will help you create and to manifest. Let's get on back into this detachment. You will experience the fun of life, the magic, the celebration, the exhilaration, and the exaltation of your own spirit. Go on, spirit, the exaltation of my own spirit. I will feel the upliftment within me when I detach from all of this nonsense. Even detach about what I think about self. Detach from that. No. Each day you can look for the excitement of what may occur in the field of all possibilities. Like there's a realm of possibilities and you can look for what may occur and get excited about it. Like I enter in today, it's a whole new field of possibilities. It is fresh, a fresh anointing for the day. Yesterday is past, right? Do I still have the source material? Yes, I'm building, I'm stronger. But for this day, it's fresh, it's new, and I have no idea what's gonna happen, and it's uncertain. and that gives me excitement for the day. What's going to happen, my we? What's going to happen, source? I'm geared up. I'm ready for it. That's why you call in your spiritual team. Call your team in at the beginning of the day. Yes, my we, because you have no idea what's coming up for you, but they do. Your spiritual team that can go before you and prepare you to let you know what's going to be going on and guide you through that thing, because you can't see all of it. You just can't. You don't have to have a complete and rigid idea of what you'll be doing next week or next year, because if you have a very clear of what idea of what's going to happen and you get rigidly attached to it, then you shut out a whole range of possibilities. A whole range. That's why God says, tell me your plans. God look at your plans and laugh at it. Yeah, because half the time it's underbaked, undercooked, half-cocked, all of it. We think we be done playing something out in this to the hill, like down to the details, down to the socks, and we get like, oh, it gotta flow like this because that's my plan. That's what I wrote down. That's what I wrote down. It gotta go like that. It gotta flow like that. If it ain't flowing like that, it ain't right. I'm messed up. I'm off track. No. Father says, leave flexibility. Open up in that thing. You have the desire. You can see it. You can see it. You wrote down your details, but leave that flexibility open so the source can come in and work. When you get attached to your plan and how things supposed to flow just like that, you cut infinite intelligence out. You are not you made from it, but you're not tapped in. You don't have all of the secrets downloaded onto you. And if you are rigid, then I would say you blocking out secrets. They can't even tell you how to move around and how to adjust your plan or whatever have you, because you fixed to your own plan. You have to come off of that and leave yourself open and moldable and flexible, adjustable, so your adjustments can be made. So when the infinite intelligence is saying, nope, you need to move it like this, you need to flow like that, like change this, do this, nope, let me show you, come here, baby, let me show you, let me teach you, right? Then you open to that. And you not losing it like everything is falling apart. It's not coming out right. I'm supposed to just stop. I need to quit. It's nothing's coming together right. No, stay flexible, open. That's why, again, God says he listens to your plans and laugh like, ha, yeah, that part is right, that part, but that ain't right. And we're going to do it like this, because you can't see that doing it like this and me telling you no and them telling you no and them resisting you is going to lead you and push you all the way over here in this way, because that's where I want you to go, this way. So you're going to go through all of this rejection for your protection, so that you could be in the realm of where I want you, or you're going to get the lessons of the rejection and what it means to be fortified and stood firm on you and yourself and be rooted. Regardless of how many layers of rejection you get, you are so confident and self-assured that you will persevere through I don't know how many layers of rejection, right? Because you're not attached to their answer. You are detached. But, so you're going to let that you believe in the possibility to persevere. Let's wrap this up because we're getting close. All right. So the law of detachment does not interfere with the law of attention and desire. If you don't know the law of intention and desire, it's in this book, Deepak Chopra, 7 Laws to Spiritual Success. 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Thank you. So the law of detachment does not interfere with the law of intention and desire. You can have intention and desire all while being detached from the outcome, right? Or detached from the path that you will take to get there. Again, they can coexist. This is not a mutually exclusive type of thing. You can set your goal. You still have the intention of going in a certain direction. You still have a goal. However, between point A and point B, there are an infinite possibilities. You've only thought of a few, but the infinite intelligence knows them all. So don't shut out the infinite intelligence and the creativity that can happen because you so fixed on your 1 or 2 methods of making that thing come to be. It's an infinite possibility of how that can happen. That is why you are still always on time. If you are called for something and it's a calling on your life, this is for somebody. I feel this message. If you are called for something and it is a calling on your life. It does not matter what age you may be at, thinking that you done passed up, that the time is no longer now. I'm telling you, time is always now. Time is a fallacy. Age is a fallacy. You have the ability. Source can restore back that youthfulness and the energetic, the energy that you need in order to manifest that thing now, to answer your call now. It is not too late. The only time it's too late is when you make it up in your mind that it's too late. When you become fixed and attached to the thought that it is too late. It is not too late. You are right on time, and everything that you've been through is the source, the material that you will need in order to push that thing out and to serve it out onto the field. Come on with this thing. Let's go head on. This state of alertness, your preparedness in the present, in the field of uncertainty, meets with your goal and your attention and allows you to seize the opportunity. What's the opportunity? It's contained within every problem that you have in your life. Every single problem that you have in your life is the seed of an opportunity for some greater benefit. Once you have that perception, you open up to a whole range of possibilities. And this keeps the mystery, the wonder, the excitement, and the adventure alive. Ashe. You can look at every problem you have in your life as an opportunity for some greater benefit. Those tears to testimony. Every tear has the ability to be a testimony. Every tear is a seed of opportunity. It pushes you to grow. It's source material so that you could be what, my wheat? Come on, spirit, and wake your wheat up today. Let's activate. Tell them every seed that every problem that they have is a seed of opportunity. A seed for what, pray tell? To testify, to potentiate, to bring, to birth something new. Why do we praise when them tears and those troubles show up? Woo! Bring it back. Come on. Why do we have happiness no matter what's happening? Because that tear, beloved, that just showed up in your life, that test, that grief, that issue that just showed up, is the seed of opportunity. You don't see it. You can't always see past what's right here because you attached to this. You can't see beyond that. You can't see in the uncertainty. You can't see out into the field of what's being designed and worked out in the scenes behind. Out. That's why we praise. When the trouble comes, praise. Stop and praise and thank. There's a seed there. There's a testimony there. There's a way for you to dig in and get into that thing there. Yes. You can look at every problem and you have in your life as an opportunity for some greater benefit. You can stay alert to opportunities by being grounded. We say get grounded all the time. Grounded in the wisdom of uncertainty. You're going to be rooted in that principle thing. Rooted in wisdom. The wisdom of uncertainty. When your preparedness meets opportunity. When your preparedness meets opportunity, the solution will spontaneously appear. How do we prepare? By getting going every day. When you start getting into the kingdom, calling in that spiritual team, having them go before you, getting those downloads, staying in alignment with self, getting those engines going so you can receive, so that you can hear, asking for the source to give you the ears, give you the eyes. You already got the eyes. We see in light and energy. We faith walking this thing out anyway. I can hear you in the language we all understand. I can hear my source speak to me. I can speak to myself. My highest self can speak to me. I can hear that. Can you hear it? It'll give me the words to speak out, out of my vessel. Tell me how to speak, what to do, how I'm feeling in my heart space. Reveal onto me. Do that work first thing in the day, my wheat. And this is where it is. Spirit says apply. Application, my wheat. Application. Applying the law of detachment. Y'all see my stars. You see the crease in my book. I'm always down up in here. I will put the law of detachment into effect by making a commitment to the following steps. Today, I will commit myself to detachment. I will allow myself and those around me the freedom to be as they are. Your whole weak self, like as you are. Don't judge no part of you today. Just practice today. No judgment. If you can't get through a whole day, practice with an hour. It does not matter what it is, how it comes out, how you responded, how you reacted. Nothing. Don't judge it. It just is. Don't say, oh, that was good, that was bad, low vibrational. I don't know. It just is. Right? Look at all words as a word. Like again, I started with, oh, you can't cuss, you a woman of God, you reading from the Bible and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you cussing. Words are words. They express. And sometimes fuck is the way that you need to say that thing. And who's to say that every word that's called is come from the source? So how you gonna tell me what Most High will say and what Most High won't say? That's a judgment. Detach from that. Let it go. If your spirit said fuck, then that's what your spirit meant to say. And that's okay. Don't judge it. Don't judge you, my weed. Don't judge you. I will not rigidly impose my idea of how things should be. I will not force solutions on problems, thereby creating new problems. Don't force a solution. That problem, that tear that you facing already has the issue, has a resolution. It comes with it. Every problem comes with the solution. We go past the solution by rushing, by judging, by being attached to it. We can't see past the uncertainty. Sometimes you just have to let it lie and meditate so you can get a different perspective and see that the answer is already in it. It's like that question on the test, right? And people be like, oh, how do you answer the questions? That inside tip where you rewrite the question and start it off. Where is Susie? Susie is down the street. You use the question to create the answer. You use the problem to find the answer, the solution. Yes. I will participate in everything with detached involvement. I can be involved and engaged in something without attached to the outcome or how the outcome plays out. Go with the flow, essentially. Yeah. Today I will, is that it? Okay, that's the one we needed to read. Any part in there that you want to touch back over again? I will participate in everything with detached involvement. I will not force solutions on problems, thereby creating new problems. That's what Spirit said. So don't make new problems for yourself. It's Monday. Detach. I mean, like, really? I mean, we can go through this day and just practice. Right? Practice being like the leaves. It's fall. You know, these trees ain't holding on to their leaves. This one ain't anyway. I mean, it probably will because I got it pinned up there. You know what I'm saying. But the real ones outside, y'all know what I mean. They not holding on tightly. No, those leaves are going to fall away. And that leaf is going to go back down to the ground and do this whole cycle, right? It's going to be broke down. The snow going to come on over it, right? And it's going to break down in the ground. That leaf is going, all that stuff is going to decompose and go back into the ground, nourish the soil. The tree is going to use that nourishment with the light and the rain and all that stuff to bud new leaves in the spring, new buds, new life. Everything is seeding each other. And that is a part of the chaos, a part of the randomness, what appears to be chaos and randomness. But it's not. It is by design. It is. Because that infinite intelligence that called us all, the principal thing, that wisdom that made creation, you talking about the intelligence, I mean, we only scratch a surface. I mean, they come and talk to us in Gerber. I'm saying, like, this is baby. This is, you know, because when we start talking about, again, metaphysics and string theory and nuclear fusion and all this stuff and how you exist on multiple planes at the same time, it gets thick, it gets deep. So that's why you cannot be attached to anything that one mindset. Always be seeking for revelation from source. Don't be attached to what you think or even what I say, because I'm not attached to what I think. This can go and flow. I look for revelation all the time and let it sit in my spirit and see, okay, can I see this thing across the plane? Like, how many ways is it affirmed? That's why we use multiple decks of cards. We need to have it affirmed across multiple decks. The spirit keeps saying something in multiple decks with the same type of energy to reinforce and validate that message. Y'all go watch the one I did last night. I mean, we had about 7 or 8 different sets. By the time we finished going through all of them, it was 5 or 6 of them that was right on the top on obvious nothing. By the time we got finished putting the cards away, it was another 2 sets down there that we didn't even call out. Yeah. But that's how it be when a spirit is affirming and reaffirming to you that something is what it is. It will speak to you in various different ways. You will see that thing looking for a sign. You will see that sign in more than one way. You will see the same number in various different places. 777 is, I see it everywhere. Everywhere. 777 or 1111 or 711, I see it everywhere. And it shows up all the time. Either it's on the clock, it's on the license plate, it is on the address, it is right there. Something is always telling me I'm heading in the right direction. My angel numbers always pop up. See what number always pop up for you. Just a test and see, is your angels guiding you in the right place? Can you see that synchronicity over a multitude of planes? Yeah. Did you get stuck on a magazine page on something and notice that that's your number? Did you stop and look at the clock at that right time when that's your number? Are you parked behind a car and like in traffic and now that license plate is your number? Are you seeing it everywhere, my weed? Look, it's there. The synchronicities are there. But we have to stop judging them so that we can see that it is an infinite possibilities. It's not just how we think it's going to flow out or how we think it's supposed to flow out. Give the infinite the, it's going to take it anyway. That uncertainty, it's going to happen. And when the uncertainty comes, if you're not open to receiving and just knowing that, surrendering and accepting that uncertainty, it will bring you a lot of chaos. You will be judging everything. And that's why Spirit had us go into the law of detachment so you can put down the judgment. Don't judge you. None of you. Like none. Except all of you. All of your fragmented pieces. And know that all of those pieces, again, we pixels in creation. Everything in creation is a pixel. It's a fragment. It's a piece of the source of the Most High God, that which made all things. Right? The one that sits above. Above every name. We say that in songs and gospel and stuff. Let all the other names fade away. Like every name. Who can name that which created creation? Nobody. Every messenger says the source. They say the Father. Right? So that has no name. And having a name is a label. It's a judgment. It's an attachment. When we say Christ the Savior, that's a label. That's a judgment. We said that Christ saves, which the path to saving is in here. And that messenger said that. You can enter into the kingdom. The kingdom is in you. So if you need to be saved, where should you go to be saved? Inside. That which you seek is already with you. Yeah. But you might be judging it. And probably too harshly. And stopping your own flow of infinite potentiality. That uncertainty can take you somewhere that you didn't even know was going to happen. But if you stay fixed and rigid to what you think is the way, the path, you might end up missing out on the infinite possibility that could unfold and manifest in your life. Okay? So that's what we're going to think about as we go through this day. No judgment. Let it go. Let it flow. And we're going to be on that Tony Braxton. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right, just let go. Woo! Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Just let it go. I know my voice sounds terrible. I told y'all I don't care. I sing like ain't nobody listening. Tony will probably shoot me if she heard me sing her song like that, but I don't care. That's my spirit of joy, y'all. Let it flow. Let it go. You know, enjoy the excitement and the adventure of life, you know, as it unfolds. And praise through the test, you know, because it will be a testimony at the end of it. That's how you get the testimony. You can't have testimony without the root, which is test. Okay? Till the next time, y'all. I love y'all. This is y'all girl Lati. I love y'all so much. If you like this vibe, subscribe. Hey, come on back. Give me a thumbprint so I can get that energy, that little likes up. Yeah, we like that. Yeah, getting them little bells too. So next time we do this here thing, you never know what you're going to get. Could be a channel message from a concert. It could be cards. It could be books. It could be anything. So you never know what you might get when you come around here. So come on back, y'all. Come on to set for a spell. Love you. Talk to you later. Ashe. Mwah.